What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So listen. When I say this ain't gonna be a long video because nothing's really like piqued my interest, what I really want to talk on, but you know, I hope you guys enjoyed your 4th of July. First of all, second of all, put them fucking fireworks away. Okay, it's the 5th. You know what I'm saying? It's the 5th. It's over. It's done with. You should have popped them all last night because I'm tired of hearing them. Y'all been popping these goddamn fireworks since June. Nope, since May. Okay, over here they've been popping them since May. I am tired of it. Okay, I let y'all do what y'all had to do last night, but bitch, let it go. Let it go like Elsa. Okay, Frozen 2 coming out soon. Don't know when, but you know a bitch might be there. But um, anyway, what's been going on? I hope you guys did enjoy your holiday or your day off, whatever. Bitch, let me tell you what I did. I slept. I slept. Okay, I was off today too, and I just did my errands today, and I slept yesterday. That's all that I had to do. I was so damn drained, bitch. But anyway, the only I don't really want to be on here long because there's not that many things to talk about. Want to do a little update on the Marche woman from Alabama who was shot in her stomach by the Ebony Jameson girl, and the grand jury decided to indict her for the murder of her own child because the unborn child, because she was pregnant when she got shot. Because she went over there, they said that basically she initiated the whole argument. She went over there to fight this girl or to talk to this girl, whatever that happened. And the girl, used self-defense. My thing, and as I always said, she didn't have to pull out a gun. She knew the girl was pregnant, so hell, you could have just hit that ass in the face or whatever. That could have did a bitch. But and truth be told, she's as much as playing too. You got to put the fault on the mother as well because she shouldn't have went over there trying to look for a fight or whatever, and you know that you were pregnant. But we felt like it was a little bit harsh to indict her for the murder of her own child. But I guess from all the criticism that's been going on, and they, I guess, look at the case again, and they decided to not indict the girl. So that was an update on that case. Um, Lil Nas X came out and he basically said that he was gay. Who are you to be surprised, bitch? Are we really surprised? Let me tell y'all something. When I found out, I said Lil Nas X. When I first heard of this dude, and then I seen his picture, and then I was like, the name for some reason sounds so fucking familiar. Not because of Nas, the rapper, the original Nas. But no, it was just like something about him sounds familiar. And then I'm reading his clapbacks and stuff like that. And I was like, I've seen this before. He had to bid that Nas Miraji account. I'm pretty sure y'all just seen that shit on Twitter. And it was a barb account too at that. And I was like, because he used to come back with some clapbacks all the time, okay? And I was just like, yeah, that's him. That's him. It has to be. Everybody was saying that. And at that point in time, the fact that he had to come out on the last day of June to say that he was gay, it was like, okay. you know? And like he said, some people ain't even gonna care. Some people gonna start fucking with him. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. And he said he thought he made it clear when he put the Rainbow City building on his EP cover, and it is what it is. I don't understand why people even care, that he's gay or not. Of course now they want to sexualize his song, and of course now you got some homophobic niggas that got a problem with it, but he ain't nothing gonna happen to that boy. He gonna continue to get the success that he deserves. And he's just out here handling it the way that he's supposed to be handling it, and he handling it well, okay? He clapping back with jokes and stuff like that, and he's just a goofy person, and he's out here having fun, and he's living life as he should. No one's sexuality should be an issue as long as, you got a whole bunch of people out here who are gay, bisexual, who are doing music and who are being successful in it. And it's about time that we have an openly, black rapper male that is out here that's gay and that's doing it, being number one on the charts and doing all this stuff with the billboards, and just having the longest run of a number one rap song, whatever, if you want to call it that. He's doing it, okay? Just congratulate him. Continue the success. He's only 20. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Continue to success. Ooh, Ooh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Give me a few more. Give me a few more. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell a bitch nothing. But anyway, he out here having success. So just let him do what he has to do. Somebody else that's out here having success. Um, this whole thing with Halle Bailey from Chloe and Halle. I was so happy when I heard the news about this a couple of days ago that she has been tapped to do the Ariel the Little Mermaid, and she is going to play the Little Mermaid in the live action movie, which most likely going to be CGI and all that stuff, but y'all know what it means. But she is playing Ariel the Mermaid, okay? And um I cannot wait. You want to know why? Listen, I met Chloe and Halle, and they are some humble, very beautiful, and very, very lovely girls, okay? Just very nice and all that. And I cannot be any more proud of the success that they have been getting, you know, being on Grownish, having their album out, The Kids Are Alright, which was a beautiful album. You need to check it out if you have not. Being nominated for Grammys and all these other awards. Granted, they didn't win them, but the fact that they was nominated and people are looking at them, you know, being tapped to sing the national anthem here, sing there, you know, opening up on the you know, on the Run tour and all that stuff. Okay, them Beyonce's adopted kids. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to the little white girl that was on Parkwood? Where's she at? I ain't ever hear nothing from her, like no music, no nothing. But okay, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But they are really out here doing it. Okay, and for her to be able to get this and see, this goes to show it's about talent. Because this girl, we seen her on Grownish, and you know, they play little sassy characters on Grownish or whatever, they little clapbacks or whatever. And if you have ever listened to Halle's speaking voice, she has this soft speaking voice, you know, and then you hear her singing voice is very, very soft as well, and she can hit these high notes, and you know, it's very beautiful. So I'm picturing her singing um um out of this world, you know, part of this world, I should say. Part of this world. You know, one day she'll be part of the world. Listen, y'all just heard that. Y'all just heard that, bitch. Imagine that times 10. That's how it's going to sound. It's going to sound beautiful, bitch. Okay, listen, I just can't wait. Because, you know, Little Mermaid... Little Mermaid was my favorite and still is to this day. My favorite Disney movie that ever came out. Animated Disney movie is Little Mermaid, and then it's The Lion King, and then it's Aladdin, okay? And then Mulan. Them my top 4 right there. Um my Disney movies, okay? My mama told me, bitch, you wore that shit out. Had to buy multiple tapes because I broke tape, because I played it too fucking much. I still got the DVD, and I still got a VHS copy, okay? That's how much of a fan of The Little Mermaid I was. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the books they used to talk, and you punch the button and all that stuff? I had all the Disney books. I had all of them, plus The Little Mermaid, of course. You know, so hey, it is what it is. Oh, excuse me. But I'm so happy for her, for the fact that we getting, you know, a black Ariel. And to be quite honest, it's not necessarily, it shouldn't even be about race. That's what it shouldn't be about. And of course, because she is a black girl, it is going to be a black about race. And, you know, because this fictional character was presented, you know, with this light skin tone, but she's a fucking fish. At the end of the day, she's a fictional character that's a fish. Okay? So she could be any color. You know what I'm saying? And then people were getting up in arms about, you know, Melissa McCartney supposed to be in talks to play Ursula. And they wanted someone black, but the character was based off of a white drag queen. But later on, you know, if you watch the actual movie, you know, she turns into a white girl. When Ursula transforms into a human, she turns into a white human. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they're fishes. They're fish, okay? Octopus, fish, mermaid, fictional characters. Ursula was fucking purple. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's like anybody can play these roles. You got Aquafina, who is a woman, playing Scuttle, who was voiced by a man, I think, you know, or somebody who sounded like a man, you know? So, it's like, we can switch things up. And I can see if they were playing real people, like, you know, you give people that's upset that Ariel is being played by not only somebody with locks, okay, and she's a black girl, but she has locks and all that stuff, and she don't have red hair, Of course, they're gonna probably either dye her locks or, you know, put, you know, depending on how they do it, if they do it like the Lion King, where they got these fake lions and they just voicing over or whatever, that's fine. They just probably gonna have the drawing and she's just gonna be playing the voice and singing and all that stuff, so they can draw in the hair and all that shit. And it's just the voice that you're gonna be hearing. People not thinking about that, but they say that they did an extensive search. They did an extensive search for the perfect Ariel, and they couldn't come up with nobody. And the one that they did come up with was that cut the mustard and succeeded everything that they looked for and had everything that they was looking for. The passion, the singing, the everything, the acting was Halle. Okay. So people talk about not my Ariel. This hashtag is really disgusting. It's really showing your racism. Not my Halle, or not my Ariel, mermaid Facebook group just got shut down on Facebook because it was nothing but racism. It was nothing but racism. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that people are getting so caught up on this color issue that people can't even be happy for this young girl who is very talented and who will do the picture justice. Okay, if you don't care for it, at the end of the day, your opinion really does not matter, because this is who Disney has already chose. You can post all this, well, this girl could have did it. This girl could have did it. That girl could have did it, but she looked too old to be a young teenager. That's one. This girl could have did it, but Disney chose somebody else. Obviously, how did you know that she wanted to do it? How did you know she was asked to do it? You don't know, okay? And at the end of the day, Disney made their choice, and the choice was this young girl. This young black girl. She just so happened to be black, okay? And she obviously fit the criteria and checked off all the boxes that they wanted. How come we just can't be happy for people at the end of the day? Okay, I didn't hear this much controversy. Was it that maybe I wasn't paying attention? When Genie, I know people did have an issue with Will Smith being a genie because he wasn't no Robin Williams, but it wasn't because he was black. Because Genie is mostly blue throughout the whole show, the movie, but it's just it's just ignorance. People can't be happy for people, and it's like, y'all, all these Disney characters are just that, characters, okay? And then you want to use the excuse of what if they turn Tiana white and all that stuff, but Tiana was an actual black person, okay? So therefore, that could never happen. She was only one of the very, very few minority princesses that Disney has put out, and you're crying over this one thing. Like, let it go. Like Elsa said, let it go. Okay? It's over. We got the princess. Just be happy. If you don't want to support it, don't support it. Move on from it. Okay? Quit doing the negative stuff and just being nasty with it. It's unnecessary. Congratulations to you, Halle. Okay? Don't let this shit get you down. Don't pay no attention to it. You got people that are in your corner. Okay? You're gonna do great. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it is. She got the job and you didn't. Okay, moving on from that. Speaking of color, this whole thing with the Chris Brown situation, like, he put up a song and I listened to like 4 songs off the Indigo album. I said I was gonna go back to it. I just got distracted with some other stuff. So I'm first of all, I do like Chris Brown, but baby, I am tired of you putting out all these albums with like 50,000 songs, okay, baby? I can't get through them like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a short attention span, all right? I'm going to have to come back to it. I am going to listen to the album, but I didn't hear the song that they were talking about. Somebody pointed out that in one of the songs he was saying something about he liked black girls with nice hair, okay? And, of course, this jumped off a whole big thing. A big thing, all right? And it's an issue about colorism. You have people that were saying, oh, he's just saying that, he like, you don't understand what nice hair means. Nice hair can mean, the hair is done correctly. It's not nappy. It's not, just out here just looking bad or whatever. They got it hanged down. They got it pressed out. They got it, curled up. They got it braided. They got it this way. And it looks neat. And it looks this way and all this stuff. And it looks good. Okay. But then we got other people who know better, knows that nice hair is the same thing that equates to good hair. Okay, the colorism issue coming out, and I understand that you can be a colorist and still at one point have dated somebody that was of a darker tone. Um, be cool with people of darker tones, but you can still be a colorist at the same time. It happens just like people who are racist, who don't like quote unquote black folks, but still will have sex with a black woman or a black man and marry them, because there have been KKK members who have been with black people, had kids with them, and married to them, and all this, and heads of hate groups and stuff like that. You know, going against black folks. You know, it happens. It happens. It's been happening throughout time. Okay, but at the end of the day, I feel as though he knew what he was doing, and whoever else was around probably knew what he was doing too, and probably told him to put nice hair instead of good hair, because once people hear good hair, that's when they get up in arms. Especially that is right there the trigger for colorism and stuff like that, because that is always associated to the light versus dark. You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand that and stop being blind and trying to make excuses just because we like somebody. Okay, it's cool or whatever. And you know what? He came out with something basically saying he likes all, colors or whatever the fuck. That's fine. And this is after the fact that he came out with some disgusting comments, and the way that he responded, oh, it's only ugly people that's doing this, and I'm doing that, and y'all acting weird with this weird ass topic or whatever. And the fact that you could not take this moment as a learning curve, as a learning moment to understand where your women, because it's mostly women who's buying your records, okay? You couldn't take this as a moment to listen to what they were saying and to understand they're not trying to come down on you. They're trying to understand why you're saying this, and, teach you that at the end of the day, when you say things like good hair, nice hair, in certain type of context, you saying it as if has always been equated to the light versus dark, meaning that lighter is better, and when you have a light skinned person or even a white person, they have this nice texture hair, this good hair, this nice so called nice hair or whatever. Okay, that's what it's being equated to, and that's where that division comes in, where you get darker skinned people that's always getting looked down upon because of their features, because of the kinkiness, or as some people would say, the nappiness or the coarseness of their hair. And then you get light skinned people who, not all of them have straight hair, not all of them have this so-called nice hair, as you say, or good hair, as you say. It's just it's just a crazy subject. Okay, and you need to go look at this documentary on good hair, um um dark girls, okay, and the history of what it all comes from. It comes from slavery. It comes from being, told that light is better, okay? And, you've got field slaves and house slaves. The lighter skinned people was in the house and all this stuff. It goes deep. It's deeper than a hair issue. It's a triggering point for a lot of women, especially dark skinned women, especially. And people try to put their feelings aside and make it seem like, oh, y'all just tripping and all this stuff, and y'all knew what he meant, and this ain't even nothing to trip on. Of course you're gonna say that. Of course you're gonna say that when you don't want to hit and touch on the subject and meet it head on. Of course you do that when you just want to gloss over things and give people a pass for doing stuff, and that's not it. You need to call these things out. And it's funny how I barely saw any male celebrities come out and say anything about it. I've seen a couple, but not that many, because a lot of them probably say I have the same view. Okay, it's just like when YG got up there at Nipsey's funeral and said, I think, about the comment about we made our light skinned daughters or something like that. That's a color issue. That's a color issue. Okay, that's colorism right there. Colorism comes in different forms. That is a color issue. Saying nice hair, good hair, that's triggering. Okay? That's triggering. And I feel like as though, whoever, like I said, was in the studio helping him write or whatever, said, nah, bro, don't say good hair because that's going to bounce some stuff out or whatever. Say nice because that's going to change it up. It's going to be a little bit different or whatever. You can get a pass with that. That's what it seemed like. Do I feel like, he may have, yeah, a little bit. We seen his type. Okay, and then, for his mom to come out and say something, and then for his baby mother to come out and say something, it don't help the subject when you guys are what he likes. Lighter, probably biracial. You just don't know. You just don't know. Or different color at all. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it also brings up this whole issue about whether it's preference, the difference between preference and just being plain discriminatory, plain ignorant, okay? Yes, you can have a preference to a certain person, but you know, you have to understand when it crosses that line of being discriminatory and being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Okay, people saying, oh, this is his preference, this is their preference, or whatever. But yeah, you can have a preference, but you don't have to be ignorant with it. Okay, you don't have to be ignorant with it. you know um Look inside yourself and understand why it's a preference that you like lighter skinned people, or why it's a preference that you like people that only have a certain texture of hair. That is a bigger problem in itself. Okay, it's not necessarily a preference. That's a bigger problem in itself. Okay, you have to look and understand that. Okay, and once you understand that, you'll probably get the reason why a lot of people, as you say, people want to say blew this subject up, and it didn't need to be. It's a good teaching moment. Okay, it really is. And should have known. And this, once again, you should have people in your camp that's gonna tell you, bruh. And then again, Chris look like the type of person that's not gonna listen to anybody. He's gonna put whatever he's want to put. And just use it as a teaching moment. You have a lot of fans out here who are of different colors, different texture hair, different, everything. And you have to be in this time of age where you have to be cognitive of everybody's sensitivity. Unfortunately, that's what it is. You have to be aware of everybody's sensitivity. You can't say certain things without somebody feeling a certain way. And this is one of those things, because this is an issue that has been going on in the African American community, in the African community, in a lot of communities since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Since forever. Especially since slavery. So hey, y'all tell me how y'all feel. And I know it's going to be people that's going to say, oh, people just doing the most. That's not what he meant. It's talking about having yourself put together. Or they're going to talk about the fact that it is colorism and stuff like that. I just want to hear you guys' opinion and how you felt about it. That was mainly, basically, the whole thing that was going on this week. And then, Nikki came out, and I don't even, oh yeah, and then throw in the whole thing with Tokyo Vanity coming out, talking about how on 2 occasions, 2 of her friends tried to get into his sections, and they couldn't get in because they were darker skin, and the lighter skin girls was able to get in. Add that too. And once again, instead of meeting the conversation head on and trying to learn from it, he tried to roast her, but she wouldn't tell, and she roasted him. And I mean roasted him, okay? Once again, you are given a chance to learn from your mistakes, to learn from your what people are saying. Even if that's not what you meant, you can put out a statement saying, I hear what you're saying. This is not what I meant. I will learn to choose wiser words more carefully and think about the wider audience in a whole before I say things, before I write things, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I can see how people can be easily offended by this and by that. It's unfortunate that you have to put a disclaimer sometimes, but, we do live in this age where everything is sensitive, and it's politically charged, it's racially charged, it's all this stuff, and it's just a moment that you could have took to learn. Okay, that's all I can say on that. Oh, okay, that's what I'm been at. I've been looking for something for so long, and them shits was right here, bitch. Girl, any fucking way. Yeah, and then today, Nikki came out, she went on a rant about, I don't know what she went on a rant about, okay? She was celebrating her success of her first mixtape, and then, caught wind of people. She's saying people don't congratulate her, and, she has to put, women that she worked with don't congratulate her, but you don't see her talking about it and all that or whatever. If you understood where she was coming from, put it down in the comments, because I just caught hold of it, and I was just like, what's going on? What's the beef now? Because I'm like, look, Kim and Nikki, what's happening? At the end of the day, look, Kim, and Nicki and all these other female rappers, women rapper, I should say. Um, I just wish everybody can just get along in the rap world because it's not too many of us out there, women out there that's actually doing it. And I do love the fact that we have more coming out. And I'm I'm tired of people. If you have an opposite opinion on a certain artist, you're automatically hating and putting them on a hate train. Not everybody is influenced by you, okay? Not everybody is influenced by you. You can say that and you can be in your feelings and say that or whatever, but just because you feel like you have a big influence, which you do, Nikki, now everybody will say that they're influenced by you. They probably been influenced by somebody that came before you or whatever. But that's no reason to hate on somebody. Just because you don't like a certain song or whatever, that not mean that you a hater. Just because you prefer somebody else, that don't mean that you a hater or whatever. And these days, people can't even speak their opinions without calling people a hater. And then you can give your opinions at that without being nasty and disrespectful to another person as well. Okay? That's what these stand coaches don't understand. You don't have to hate on another person to uplift another one. You don't have to hate on someone to uplift someone else, okay? You don't. If you don't fuck with somebody or you don't like a certain song that they put out or a certain product they put out, you don't really have to say that. Just don't fuck with them and go to the person that you really like and big them up. And you don't even have to mention the person that you don't like, because if I don't like somebody, I'm not gonna mention them. And at the end of the day, all that I really want, because this whole beef shit is getting tired, the whole nobody's congratulating me, nobody this or whatever. We we know the history. Nikki put her receipts up of what she said, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, all that I would love to see, because I love Nikki. I love me some Look him. I love me some Cardi. I love me some Meg. I love me some, all these girls that's out here right about now. I love everybody that's out here trying to do it and do it on their own terms or whatever, making a way, okay? All that I want to see is that the unity to come back together. I would love to see the day happen. Hopefully before I'm old and gray. Hopefully before they retire completely out of the game. I would love to see a Lil Kim and Nicki song together. I would love to see a Nicki and Cardi song together. I would love to see some shit like that. Bitch, I want to make the Stallion and Cardi. I want to make the Stallion and Nicki. I want all of that shit. I want these women who are out here, and give me some more names of some more women, because I need to get into some more. Rico Nancy, y'all heard of her? Bitch, I'm late to the train, and I've been hearing her name left and right or whatever. Put some people down in the comments that I should listen to, some women artists or whatever, especially that I should listen to. But I just want to see the unity back. I want another ladies' night, remix and stuff, and I want everybody to come together and just be on one big ass song and just throw their verses and just, do their shit. Who gives a fuck about who wrote this, who wrote that? Because motherfuckers, niggas out here got ghostwriters and ain't nobody doing all this hype over that. Bitch, whatever. I just want to see unity, okay? I just want the girls to come together and stop the bullshit, alright? Get props what props is due and just stop the bullshit. That's it. Moving on from that, you want to know who else? We gonna end this shit. Somebody tell you to cancel them and people listen. Case in point, Daniel Cesar. Motherfucker came out with an album. Y'all remember what he did? He was bigging up and taking up for Yes Jules when all that stuff came out, when she was attacking these black girls or whatever, was it Karen Civil and Scotty Beam and Beam attacking them or whatever, saying negative things about them. He went on the offensive and started defending her, or I should say defense, and started defending her and basically defending all white folks, how we should be nicer to white folks and caping for them and all that shit. And he was like, if y'all want to cancel me, go ahead and do it. I want y'all to. Well, he put out an album and he sold less than 3,000 copies. So I guess you got your wish, okay? Because, and I think that what they thought was going to happen is, let's put out the song that he has with Brandy, because people still love Brandy. And, let's get her fans to listen to the song. And we're going to put that out there first and then drop the album, whatever. And so that's going to draw people in. It didn't really do nothing. It didn't really do nothing. It was a strategy that didn't work, okay? But you got to be careful with what you say. All right. You guys tell me how y'all felt about these particular topics that I mentioned. And let's be respectful and let's use certain things as teachable moments, okay? We ain't got to get mad, just respectful and say your opinion. All right. How do you feel about the Chris Brown situation? How do you feel about the Daniel Caesar situation? Do you understand where I'm coming from with the women of rap situation? Who else did I talk about? The Ariel the Mermaid situation. You know, we can all coexist and be cool with one another. If you don't like things, we just don't have to say anything. Like, I just don't understand why people don't get that. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Enjoy your weekend. Please be safe. When y'all really out here popping these fucking fireworks, please be fucking safe, okay? I really don't want to hear nothing about y'all, becoming injured or whatever. Somebody died because a firework popped off in his chest or whatever. Be safe, y'all. That's all I can say, okay? And enjoy your weekend. Peace.